I'd like to welcome you to the 2020 Undergraduate Research Symposium. My name is Patrick Phillips. I'm the Provost and Senior Vice President at the University of Oregon.
I'm Kevin Hatfield, Assistant Vice Provost for Undergraduate Research at the University of Oregon.
My name is David CONOVER, Vice President for Research and Innovation.
I'm Jonathan CAIN, Interim Director of Digital Strategies and Head of Data Services at the University of Oregon Libraries.
My name is ADIE FECKER.
I'm Professor Josh Snodgrass, and I serve as the Associate Vice Provost for Undergraduate Research and Distinguished Scholarships. I also serve as the co-chair of the Undergraduate Research Symposium.
I'd like to thank everyone for participating in the 10th Annual Undergraduate Research Symposium. Having a research experience as an undergraduate allows students to explore and clarify academic and professional goals, to develop critical thinking, and to acquire important skills. Undergraduates are an essential part of our research workforce. They truly help power our research enterprise. I love events like the Undergraduate Research Symposium, particularly because they remind me of my own undergraduate research experience. That experience helped shape me into the scientist I am today. I love seeing students go through the same process of pushing through difficult problems, finding solutions, and experiencing firsthand what it means to be a researcher. Another passion of mine is science communication, and it's another reason why I love the Undergraduate Research Symposium. Communicating research discoveries has never been more important than it is today. Telling our story to the public of our great discoveries and advancements in knowledge is critical to raising understanding of the societal value of research and innovation. For many of our scientists and scholars, communication is a lifelong pursuit, and it's critical to the research and creative inquiry that we undertake. And it's never too early for our young scientists and scholars to begin challenging themselves in their communication skills. I want to say a word about mentors. Mentorship is a key part of the training cycle for our student researchers. Through programs like the Center for Undergraduate Research and Engagement and our own Undergraduate Research Opportunity Program, students receive financial support for faculty-mentored undergraduate research and creative scholarship in all academic disciplines. So I want to acknowledge the mentors who help make this event possible and make undergraduate research at the U of O happen. Our faculty mentors provide a rich undergraduate research experience, and it would not be possible without them, nor would this symposium be possible without our faculty mentors. Also want to say something about the critical role of undergraduates. Students are an essential part of this symposium and the means by which we generate new knowledge. We are training the next generation of leaders in all fields and ensuring that the cycle of inquiry and innovation continues. And at the U of O, we are uniquely positioned to play this role because we have access to research tools and equipment that would be inaccessible to students at other institutions. We are committed to making student research an immersive experience. And our culture here at the U of O is so highly collaborative that we embrace the idea of inquiry without borders. So I'd like to invite you to engage with our students through the recorded presentations on the Undergraduate Research Symposium YouTube channel. I'm sure you will be inspired by what you see there of our students, their energy, their enthusiasm. It inspires us, and we never forget that it is our students who generate the discoveries of tomorrow. Thank you.
I'm Kevin Hatfield, Assistant Vice Provost for Undergraduate Research at the University of Oregon, and along with my colleague Josh Snodgrass, whom you'll meet momentarily, serve as the co-chairs for the Undergraduate Research Symposium Planning Committee. I wish to welcome all of our virtual guests to the 10th Annual Undergraduate Research Symposium and take a moment to acknowledge the sponsors, organizers, and volunteers who made this event possible. The pivot to a virtual symposium, after investing 6 months in planning for an in-person event at the Erd Memorial Union on campus, has proved to be a daunting endeavor, but one that our innovative and unflappable planning committee has risen to with grit and gusto. We are honored to have the co-sponsorship of the following partners who have supported the symposium since its inception in 2011. The Division of Undergraduate Education and Student Success, University Housing, the Robert D. Clark Honors College, the Office of the Vice President for Research and Innovation, and the UO Libraries. I'm also honored to recognize the sponsors of the 33 presentation awards totaling over $8,000 for this year. They include the Department of Biology, the College of Arts and Sciences, the Center for Environmental Futures, the Division of Undergraduate Education and Student Success, the Food Studies Program, Department of Global Studies, Department of Human Physiology, the Museum of Natural and Cultural History, the Phil and Penny Knight Campus for Accelerating Scientific Impact, the Department of Psychology, the Residence Hall Association, the UO Common Reading Program, and the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program. I also wish to direct your attention to the official program book, available on the symposium website, with acknowledgments to the full planning committee members, moderators, volunteers, and faculty mentors. I do wish to extend a special recognition to Lance McCormick, Christabel Dragoo, and Jessica Winters for their unflagging work and creativity helping us realize our vision for a virtual event. The program book also contains the full descriptions of the awards, a list of presentation abstracts, and a detailed schedule of presenters for each oral, creative work, and poster session. The book will continue to serve as a reference guide for the digital exhibit of undergraduate research on the UO Symposium YouTube channel after the symposium as well. Finally, I wish to recognize our outstanding student leaders who have hosted preparation workshops and class visits and created video tutorials and online resources for abstract writing, poster design, and delivering oral presentations, especially helping students adapt to this new virtual environment. From our Associated Students for Undergraduate Research and Engagement, or ASSURE team, ADIE FECKER, Momo Wilms-Crow, Joan Hicks, Isabel Cullen, and Shusi Wu. From our Center for Undergraduate Research and Engagement, or CURE team, Kylie Brewer, Riley Kahn, and Skylar Howe. Again, I welcome all of you to our virtual symposium, and I wish you an enjoyable visit. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, my name is ADIE FECKER. I'm a senior at the University of Oregon and in the Clark Honors College, and I want to thank you so much for being a part of this year's Undergraduate Research Symposium. This event has been the highlight of my undergraduate career as a presenter for the last 2 years and this year as the lead of the Associated Students for Undergraduate Research and Engagement, ASSURE for short. When I first came on campus, I felt like research opportunities were impossible to get, and I was cold calling faculty in the biology department just hoping one of them would take a chance on me. And I found my research home at the Institute of Neuroscience studying zebrafish social behavior. I got to dissect brains, code data, but more than that, I gained confidence to seek knowledge independently and on my own terms. There was no one grading me or telling me the right answer because it was all new and original knowledge. And over time, the project became more and more independently driven, and I got to be a part of it from start to finish in every step along the way. I found incredible mentors and friendships, and over time, I've truly felt a part of the growing undergraduate research community on campus. And I feel like that's what research is all about and why I encourage every student to participate. I'm also thankful for all the support that the university has and how many amazing people there are to help you make your research project happen. I was able to get my research funded by the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Mini Grant, participate in the Vice Provost of Research and Innovation Fellowship, and also open doors at OHSU to study neuroscience and study cancer at the Knight Cancer Institute. This year, in addition to finishing my thesis project, I had the opportunity to be a leader and representative of the undergraduate research community in ASSURE. Our goal, beyond planning the symposium, has been to help students find research opportunities. And we held our first ever undergraduate research fair, which connected faculty, student, and resources. And I know it's just going to get better and better. My favorite part of Assure is working with students one-on-one and learning what they're curious and what they're passionate about and trying to match that with a faculty mentor or a lab that we have on campus. I remember meeting one particular student who was a McNair scholar, and he was studying gentrification. And he had a totally different life story than me and a totally different research project. But we ended up having a wonderful discussion about how our projects intersected and how his research is so needed in the world right now. And I remember my first time presenting at the symposium. I was standing next to a student who was studying mathematics of triangles. And even though I was not an expert at all, she took the time to present her work to me in a way that made it important to me and really showed why it was so important to her. And these kind of interdisciplinary, society-minded conversations are not a unique thing, but a conversation that so many undergraduates are having at the U of O. And it really comes out at the Undergraduate Research Symposium. And even though we're virtual this year, I really look forward to seeing all of the lively discussion that goes on. And I hope if you're watching from home, you get to be a part of it too. In the future, I hope to become a physician and continue to conduct research. I'm going to carry with me all of the things I have learned, the intellectual curiosity, compassion, dedication, and I also just want to thank again everyone who has planned this year's symposium and everyone who's participating. Thank you so much for your perseverance and your dedication to your project. And I'm so excited to see what you have to offer. And now I'd like to turn it over to Jonathan CAIN.
I'm Jonathan CAIN, Interim Director of Digital Strategies and Head of Data Services at the University of Oregon Libraries. I also have the pleasure of being part of the University of Oregon Undergraduate Research Symposium Planning Committee, and it is because of the overlap of these two roles that I have the pleasure to announce the library's expanded sponsorship of the Undergraduate Research Symposium. This expanded partnership means that in a typical year, the libraries will sponsor the cost of printing of all the research posters, archiving digital copies for perpetual access in the university's institutional repository Scholars Bank. This year, because of the virtual nature of the symposium, the libraries will pay for the printing and exhibition of the award-winning posters, as well as the preservation and archiving of all submitted posters. Award-winning posters will be installed in the Science Library and residence halls as part of a new network of exhibits of undergraduate research. This is a function that we in the libraries are genuinely excited about, the act of preserving the work of our undergraduate student researchers. This year, numerous librarian volunteers are supporting the symposium as planners, session moderators, and logistical and technical support. Additionally, I have the pleasure to announce a special recognition for a genuinely exceptional undergraduate student supporting the symposium. The UO Libraries is pleased to honor ADIE FECKER with the Undergraduate Research Symposium Student Leader Award. ADIE is a graduating senior majoring in biology and minoring in chemistry and psychology, and is a member of the Robert D. Clark Honors College. She is a multi-year presenter at the symposium on both her major-related research and interdisciplinary projects. ADIE has transformed and reinvigorated the Associated Students of Undergraduate Research and Engagement student group that provides institution-wide peer mentoring and support for students exploring undergraduate research opportunities at the UO. Her visionary and creative leadership has also empowered the group to adopt and adapt their services for students presenting virtually at the 10th Annual Undergraduate Research Symposium. From filming of video tutorials and creation of written guidelines to hosting virtual office hours, workshops, and class visits on abstract writing, digital poster design, and delivering oral presentations. She has recruited a diverse cohort of peers to ensure representation across the disciplines and colleges, and remain focused on advancing equity objectives around undergraduate research access and engagement. ADIE has also collaborated with CURE and UESS to recruit students to present research at admissions, orientations, donor, and community events to help showcase undergraduate students' research and creative work to a broader community. ADIE has an unwavering commitment to supporting fellow undergraduate students with their research and presentations. She has always been the first to jump in with her solution-oriented attitude to tackle any task or challenge. It is my distinct pleasure, on behalf of the libraries, to present ADIE with this award.
Every year, this is an incredibly important event. It's gotten bigger every single year. And we're very happy that we're able to continue on even under these somewhat unusual and challenging circumstances. And that's because of our ongoing commitment to undergraduate research and the role that it plays, as well as what it means to be a student at a major research university and how we can both support our students in those activities and the benefits that they derive from being in association with such great research going on that has really tremendous impacts throughout the world. So if you'll forgive me, let me give you a little bit of background and some information about what's going on this year. So the Undergraduate Research Symposium began in 2011 with just 69 presenters and 40 faculty mentors. There are 20 majors and 4 colleges. And so in its 9th year, we reached 513 presenters, so a huge expansion, almost tenfold, 290 faculty members, 75 majors, 21 minors, minor programs, 33 minors, and 8 different colleges. So in response to the COVID pandemic, we've shifted obviously to a virtual symposium for our 10th anniversary of this, and we're honored still to host 380 presenters, 213 faculty members across all 8 colleges, 69 majors, 19 minor programs, 30 minors, 20 institutes and centers for research. So over the past 10 years, the symposium has hosted 2,500 different student presenters. And so that's a great testament to both the commitment of the undergraduates as well as to the faculty, graduate student, and other staff mentors that each of these students have benefited from. So we're very proud of these accomplishments. So we feel that this year in hosting a virtual seminar and symposium rather than canceling it, that it was a commitment to make sure that all the hard work that the students have done is highlighted. And it demonstrates our commitment as a research university to continue on no matter what, because our role in society has never been more important. So this event will allow students to continue, obviously honing their presentation skills, as well as to receive feedback from their peers and other faculty members. So we'll have participants that range from first-year students in academic residential communities to first-year interest groups, students who are sharing their senior honors theses, their studio and portfolio and capstone projects. So it's a great diversity of projects that we'll have for you during this time. So this virtual platform also creates opportunities for expanding the reach of the symposium, and we've fostered new collaborations with constituencies that maybe have traditionally been unable to participate. So for instance, the Summer Academy of Inspired Learning, otherwise known as SAIL, has partnered with the symposium in the Office of Admissions to create an interactive digital workbook for local high school students and teachers. And throughout the state and actually beyond the state of Oregon, so they can integrate these activities into their online curriculum. And the invitations to engage the live stream were also extended throughout our YouTube channel, as well as to prospective and incoming students. So it's a great opportunity to really highlight all the great work that we've done at the university. And of course, we're honored to continue to grow our partnerships with Lane Community College, McNair Scholars Program, and throughout the Pacific Northwest. So with that, I will leave you to the work of the symposium itself. Again, thank you so much for everyone who's participating, all the students and faculty, and thank you for spending some time with us as we highlight the great accomplishments of all of our students.
I have the honor today of announcing the winners of the Faculty Research Mentor Award, given annually by the Center for Undergraduate Research and Engagement, or CURE. The Undergraduate Research Symposium makes it crystal clear how important faculty mentoring is to our students, and there's no doubt that research of the importance that we see at the symposium cannot be done without faculty support and mentoring. We in CURE created this award in 2018 to recognize truly exceptional faculty in their research mentoring, and the symposium is a great time to announce the winners of this award. Our committee from within the Division of Undergraduate Education and Student Success had the very difficult task of reviewing over 24 nominations and choosing 3 winners. We easily could have given 10 awards. We're particularly excited this year to have so many nominations from faculty in the humanities and the social sciences. This year, we're giving 2 general CURE awards and an additional award through a partnership between CURE and the Robert D. Clark Honors College. The CURE awards are open to all tenure track and non-tenure track faculty and to faculty in any discipline across the UO campus, while the joint CURE CHC award is given annually to an Honors College faculty member or to any faculty member at UO for their exceptional mentoring of Honors College students. Today, it's my pleasure to announce these 3 awards. Each award comes with a $2,500 prize taken as faculty development, and each winner will receive a framed certificate. Our first award goes to Melissa Bays-Burke, Associate Professor and Director of Undergraduate Studies in the Department of Linguistics. She also serves as the David M. and Nancy L. Patrone Faculty Scholar. This Faculty Research Mentor Award recognizes Melissa for her incredible contribution to undergraduate education in her time at U of O. Melissa has previously been recognized for her teaching, including winning the Oersted Faculty Achievement Award for Distinguished Teaching in 2018, and here we recognize her contribution in research mentoring. Melissa directs the Speech Perception and Production Lab, a National Science Foundation-funded research lab that asks how people perceive and produce speech, with a particular focus on non-native perception and production. Her nomination letters describe Professor Bays-Burke's brilliance inside and outside the classroom and how this provides inspiration for students to pursue research. These letters also describe the collaboration and camaraderie between undergraduates, graduate students, and postdocs, and describe how she helps students showcase their work at national conferences, such as the annual meeting of the Acoustical Society of America. Congratulations, Melissa, and thank you for all you do. Our second award goes to Judith Rayskin for her exceptional work with undergraduates. Judith is Associate Professor and Director of Undergraduate Studies in the Department of Women's, Gender, and Sexuality Studies. It's been a great year for Judith as she also received an award for her teaching, the Herman Award for Specialized Pedagogy. This CURE Faculty Research Mentor Award recognizes Judith for her research mentoring and community building, including the important role she plays in the LGBTQ student community. The nomination letter closes with the following, which I believe says it all. Many professors discuss having one mentor in their career that pushed them to continue their academic pursuits despite the barriers they experience, and Professor Rayskin is that person for me. I could not imagine a more capable or exemplary candidate for this award. On behalf of CURE and the entire Division of Undergraduate Education and Student Success, congratulations, Judith, and thank you for all you do. Today's final award, which is made possible through a generous contribution from Dean Gabe Paquette from the Clark Honors College, goes to Yvonne Braun, Professor in the Department of International Studies and also the Associate Vice Provost for Academic Affairs. Yvonne is also a decorated teacher, having received the Oersted Distinguished Teaching Award in 2011. She's also a member of the Provost Teaching Academy. This Research Mentor Award recognizes in particular her support of Clark Honors College students as they complete their Honors College theses. The nomination letters speak to her extensive knowledge of research and theory related to gender, intersectionality, social movements, and human rights, as well as the active and committed role she plays in the development of student projects and interests. They also emphasize her welcoming attitude, her integrity in approaches to complex topics, and how she fosters empowerment. On behalf of CURE and the Clark Honors College, congratulations, Yvonne, on this award, and thank you for the incredible mentoring and campus leadership that you provide. Thank you all of our 3 winners, and welcome to the Undergraduate Research Symposium.